3,200 kids under 18 or younger take their first puff of a cig every day. Along with that number, an additional 2,100 people that are young adults become daily smokers. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the dangers of smoking cigarettes. After consulting many resource sites such as CDC.gov, dailycaller.com, smokefree.gov, FranMobile, and InTheNoZone.com, I feel very confident in explaining to you guys the dangers of smoking cigarettes. The first thing I would like to talk to you guys about is the statistics of smoking cigarettes and the effects. According to CDC.gov, there are over 480,000 deaths a year that occur in the U.S. from smoking cigarettes. To put that into perspective, that's 1 in 5 just total deaths of everybody combined. And another chilling fact I found, according to CDC.gov, there are 10 times more premature U.S. citizens 0 to 17 that will die from smoking cigarettes than there have been of all U.S. soldiers that have died overseas, which is unreal. Now for the effects of smoking cigarettes, you have short-term effects or long-term effects. Short-term effects, you may just start smoking cigarettes maybe like a year, maybe a little over a year. Symptoms like this occur: shortness of breath, impaired lung growth, bad breath, yellow teeth, and funky smelling clothes. We all know that one person. And for long-term effects, which are a lot more serious, we have cancer, lung disease, reproductive damage, and birth defect. According to InTheNoZone.com, 181,000 people died from smoking-related heart disease and strokes compared to the 153,000 people that died from cancer. Both these guys up here were both my grandfathers. They passed away at a young age from lung cancer. They're both very heavy smokers. And I was so young at the time. It happened so quick. Like 6 months later, both my grandfathers weren't with us. So as you can see, smoking cigarettes just doesn't affect the victim. It affects the family, friends, and everybody around them. So let's talk about ways we can solve this. One way we can solve this is e-cigs, or the vape life. These are electronics, pens that don't have tobacco in them, and you get the same psychological and physical feelings of smoking a cigarette. Another way we can ban it, which sounds crazy, is we can tell the government to stop banning, or tell the government to ban it. But according to dailycaller.com, the government makes $15 billion a year off tax revenue of cigarettes. $15 billion a year is so unreal. And I know we all have our rights. You can do this, you can do that, but for people, how about people that don't smoke and get secondhand smoke? That's not really fair to them, for them to suffer if they don't even smoke. Quitting cigs is probably the hardest thing to do in life, honestly. But so let's all just imagine life without cigarettes. Number one, you'd have way more money. According to smokefree.gov, an average pack of cigarettes is $6.28. So I did the math, and if you smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, you can roughly save around $44 a week, and that adds up. Another one would be not so many loved ones lost. Both my grandfathers may be sitting in this room watching me give this speech. And third and finally, you'd be more healthier. Here's a picture of, you're not going to the gym if you got lungs like these compared to this. This is so bad. This is really gross. So now let's talk about what we went over. We went over the statistics and the effects of smoking cigarettes. We went over how to solve it, and we went over what life would be without cigarettes.